And hello fellow techers, Space Bandit here with another episode of World of Tanks, and today I bring you Blast from the Past. Yes guys, in light of FV4202 coming back into the game, I dug out from my archives one of the older games I had, and this is the only game that I had archived for FV4202, and believe it or not, this was my last game before this tank got taken out of rotation. So this game took place on September 14th, 2016, which is about 2.5 years ago. That's when this tank was taken out of the rotation, and instead of this tank, we were given FV4202P, which is the premium version of this tank that plays at tier 8. So honestly guys, I was trying to dig up stats that I had on this tank, but nothing exists anywhere anymore. I had maybe about 4 games in this tank, maybe 5 games, honestly, because what I did was I was grinding this line only to get this tank because I knew it was coming out of the game. So that's basically what I did. I picked this tank up, and then the next day it was basically taken out of rotation. So I thought it would be good to show it to you guys before this tank comes back, and it's going to be anytime now. I don't know, next week, maybe the week after that, this tank will be back in your tech tree. Honestly, it was fantastic tank at that time. I didn't get to play it much, unfortunately, but I did have a couple of good games in it, and this was the only one that I kind of saved because it was decent enough. And at some point it actually was in my channel. If you would go through my channel, this game is probably still on there somewhere. Anyway, so what's special about this tank? Well, first of all, if you compare it to the current version of FV4202P, the tier 10 version was a lot more mobile. That's the first thing. Second, your base rounds, unlike on FV4202P, are APCR rounds. I can't remember the penetration on those, and I don't think there's any stats available that I can look up to tell you. But penetration was fairly decent from what I remember. And the other 2 types of shells were hash rounds. So you had premium hash rounds as well as your standard hash rounds with lower penetration. Now from what I see here, my APCR rolls are pretty good in this tank. I didn't remember what it was, but it looks like every shot is almost over 400 HP. Yeah, this one's 412. That's quite interesting. So the average must be higher than 400. Now I don't remember exactly what it was, but it must be over 400. Here is 375 roll. Yeah, as you can see, this tank is fairly mobile. Like, it moves around the field pretty good. It turns really good. Also, apologies for quality of this video, because I couldn't find this on my hard drive. I had to actually download it from YouTube, and like I mentioned to you guys before, this video was on YouTube a long time ago. I had it posted but without commentary, so yeah, the quality is not the best. As a matter of fact, you can probably still find it on my channel somewhere in the archives from like 3 years ago. But regardless, I hope this video will give you an idea of what this tank can do. Here my driver is dead, but I think, now I don't remember what I was thinking at the time, but maybe I was thinking that I'm gonna need the med kit for later, so that's why I didn't heal my driver. Here some bozo hits me from behind, but he's pretty much dead. He's isolated, so my team was gonna swarm him in no time. But as you notice, we are on Sacred Valley, and this 3 years ago the map was exactly the same as it is now. It hasn't changed at all. I mean, the previous version of Sacred Valley actually was, wow, I remember that version. It was a lot different than what it is now. Actually, the middle was a lot lower than the outside of the map, so it was like a huge valley in the middle, and there were like mountains all the way around. Actually, that map variant was pretty good as well from what I remember. It was a very good map for tank destroyers. So here we're gonna line up a shot at the Death Star. See, the gun accuracy is really, really good. Let's take a look at the reload. 774, and I don't know what kind of setup I have on this tank right now in here, but I'm assuming that I do have rammer and gun laying drive, most likely, with coated optics. But again, I'm not sure. So it's a cleanup time right now. It's a quick game. So whoever wins that side of the map, whoever wins the C2 B3 corner, usually cleans up That's the most important area on this map, guys, in case you wondered. Unless your light tanks or medium tanks can flank behind. If they win H9, which is the high area, as well as the middle of the map, it is possible. Although I almost never go to J9, H9 area on top of the hill over there. But, you know, I'm not a light tank player. I mostly play medium tanks and heavy tanks, so yeah, that's not the area you should go when you're in your heavy tank. In medium tank maybe, but I prefer playing my medium tanks and supporting heavy tanks in C2, B3 area. So here is just cleanup time, and as you notice, 3 years ago I still was quite a noob when it comes to this game. I didn't know the terrain of this map. I don't know if this map just changed at the time or what, because like I said, there was a different variant of this map. So it looks like I'm not really aware of situationally of where to go on this map. Actually, nowadays I would probably never play out of this position here. But because it's cleanup, we're gonna try to sneak around on this Death Star and put a couple of shells in his ass. So there we go. We're just gonna come closer, make sure he doesn't turn. Right there. Now we have this medium tank T-44. You don't see those much in the game, actually, even nowadays. Those tanks probably are not that great. Probably should be buffed. Now we're gonna dispatch of him pretty quickly. He bounced his shots off of me, and we're just gonna finish him off. And this should pretty much do it. Anyway, there you go. There's your FV4202 at tier 10. So hopefully Wargaming will release this tank with exact same stats as it was before. Hopefully they won't nerf it, because it was very playable at the time. Although a lot of people were claiming that it was kind of subpar, it wasn't the best out of other tier 10s in the game, but I still think it was a pretty good tank. I'm looking forward to this tank coming back, guys. When it comes back, I'm probably gonna buy it back as soon as it comes out and have some games in it. I'm excited about the fact that it carries hash. It will be nice to shed on those waffles and lightly armored vehicles like artilleries and stuff like that, so I'm really looking forward to that. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Good luck with your hunt for FV4202 at tier 10. That's it for now. Until next time, happy tanking, Space Bandit checking out.